Alright,
and we're finally beginning. Stream is pretty nicely synced. And we begin.
So, oh wow, so Halodude doesn't even go for wheel to start with.
Yeah. Kind of an interesting decision, but it's definitely one that I would respect.
Well, he also got hit. I'm wondering if he messed up the setup.
Yeah, because there's a manip for the wheel mix now.
Yeah. Halodude's struggling a little bit in 1-1. Got hit a couple times. This might be a 40. So Dark Soul's about 2 or so seconds ahead right now. And
now you gotta do some precise jumps here. And Quill, why don't you tell us about
the upcoming boss here? So this boss is, as soon as it shows up on Dark Soul's screen,
this is Poppy Bros Senior,
and he's gone. All it really takes is swallowing those two, or sucking in those two Brontoberts, and then just throwing them at him, and he dies instantly. This is one of, I believe, 2 bosses in the entire run that get killed by a double star.
Yeah, and it takes it out pretty quickly, and it's one of the few reasons why it is a commonly used strat over wheel, because it's actually fairly useful for these first few levels, and you don't have very many good movement-based ability options at the beginning, other than, of course, the wheel mix. Now, a movement-based option we will have in 1-3 right here is this flamer right here. We're gonna use it for burning. You charge yourself forward, you can bonk off walls and hit enemies with it. All enemies will die in one hit to pretty much everything, except for a few rare exceptions we'll see later in the run.
Yeah. Both players getting decently good RNG.
So Dark Soul got a 6 on the goal game. And what basically the goal game means, you have like a 3-frame window to press either of the 2 buttons to bounce. So sometimes runners will do a sliding motion to basically widen their window they can get it, which makes it fairly consistent. However, you'll waste a little bit of time if you... Ooh, yeah. Halo pulls right ahead because Dark Soul got a little bit scared that the Kabu was about to drop right on her head.
Correct. You'll notice that Dark Soul has very great powerless movement, which is something pretty unique, because not a lot of players can use powerless movement very well in any percent. You don't really have many moments where you are powerless, with the exception of parts of World 1, but those can matter a little bit, especially if as a top runner you missed wheel. It's very nice to have those backups.
Yeah, now, as you see with Wispy, you're just using the burning attack to charge right into Wispy's face. You gotta time it, you can't mash, or else.
Also,
or else you will just waste some hits.
Halodude still splits on wand grab.
Good old wand grab splits, good old 2013. And now World 2 is pretty similar to World 1. It's a lot of burning, wheel, and powerless. We'll see some other abilities for killing bosses, such as Spark. And of course the infamous double star we'll be seeing in the next level. So both players get good luck in this room, meaning they can just burn right through.
Yeah. There's a couple instances where that first tornado twister will immediately start spinning. And you have to wait a little while, because if you immediately start burning, you're going to get hit, because the tornado tracks.
Exactly. And now, 2-2. Halo taking a little bonk there, but it was a fairly quick one. And we take this star to get to Grand Wheelie, which we're going to be using another double star to kill.
Still about a 2-second deficit between the players here.
Yeah,
Dark Soul going for triple.
It's a very good showing from both these racers so far, putting on a great race. And the only real significant routing difference Halo is going to go for is the wheel mix in World 6, which isn't going to be for a very long time.
Oh.
Alright, you're gonna be seeing that a lot from Halo. He's just gonna be randomly changing. He's gonna be just randomly setting a timer using GBP and changing his borders, which you won't see on stream or on his stream, but it will show on his display he's playing on. And I think that's one of the only reasons Halo plays on Game Boy Player instead of the sort of newer, more like better method than.
No,
oh my goodness, it's happening.
He's unique.
Halo has wheel. He's going for it.
Oh, he doesn't keep it.
And then he sucks up the star. So Halo was attempting to go for what's one of the hardest routing differences in this game, and that is the 2-3 wheel strat, where you keep wheel throughout this arena, and it actually saves quite a fair amount of time.
Yeah, it saves, I would say, about 6 or so seconds in Ice Cream Island as a whole, because you'd be keeping wheel after 2-3 into 2-4, and for the rest of the level too. Because you'd be grabbing wheel in 2-5, but at that point you'd already have it.
And it's a pretty big difference, but the strat is so incredibly difficult that it's only one person goes for it in RTAs, or 2 people goes for it, but one person has never gone it ever. And it's actually not in the world record currently, but it is in the 100% world. And I suspect that trick will be used in world record in the next upcoming months, when more and more top runners will grind this game for the tournament, such as Halodude.
Yeah.
Ooh, Halo gets the infamous final boss where he misses the door.
The infamous final boss, and also a Cloud 6 grab.
Yeah. Final bosses, or excuse me, doors aren't too hard in this game, but when you miss them, it's pretty punishing because you will end up.
Halodude going for the umbrella puff there.
Oh, I'm
that's not
that.
It's I would say not very orthodox as far as cannon jump goes, but it works.
It's easy. I go for cannon jump for the regular strat, and I can never get it. I'm going for that.
For some reason, jumping and using wheel at the same time there. Doesn't go for the sub-pixel. Honestly, I think that's a decent idea, since it works maybe 5% of the time.
Yeah, I actually got it in my race earlier, which was hilarious. And then I immediately unwheeled, because I usually don't expect to make it and then just float over the edge.
No. I usually just bonk and then wheel right after, since it doesn't really waste a lot of time.
So right now we have the best ability in the game, high jump, and we're about to see the power high jump can be used to kill this boss here, Paint Roller.
Halo doesn't go for the early 2 hits, but that's fine. He gets decently good RNG because
you gotta stay fairly spaced close to the boss, but not too close or else you'll get hit. However, high jump does have a weak hitbox, so if you are far enough away, it'll do very little damage.
Both players
take care of Paint Roller very well.
The same RNG, pretty much.
Quick thing, I'm just gonna sign up for commentary for the next race.
A very solid TikTok from Halodude. Let's hope that Darksol gets the same thing.
Yeah.
He got perfect luck with that TikTok too.
Halo is starting to stray away a little more from Darksol. Darksol gets a very good TikTok.
Yeah, both players got very good TikToks there.
And now we're going into 3-2. This is the first gatekeeper of Nightmare in Dreamland, if you don't count 2-3 wheel, but many people don't go for 2-3 wheel, so this is it right here. This level is not too difficult. It has some difficulties like some RNG with the waddle do here, which can make it very tough to get past quickly. However, at the end of the stage is a very RNG heavy point of the run with the mini-boss Bugsy. Halo opting to use Sword, which is what Darksol will also, I hope to God, use.
This is the most common strat.
I believe only 3 runners go for this go for high jump in RTA.
4, including me, but I don't go for.
Oh, Halo waits a little bit. Kind of interesting. But he does space himself very well. And he takes care of the fight fairly quickly. would have been a little quicker if he didn't pause, which means that Dark Soul, if she can get a very good fight, can gain some time on
She
him.
also takes her time, which I think is actually a very solid idea because.
Oh yeah, but Halo just waited at the very beginning, which I thought was a weird decision. Because Bugsy can move backwards, forward, jump, charge. He can do so many things. That's pretty terrible.
Yeah.
Once again, we're getting high jump here, and now we're going to see a little more of the movement you can do with high jump. High jump is sort of like the staple of World 3 because butter building is a very vertical style world. And there's a lot of vertical rooms in these levels, as you'll see.
Halodude is coming up on 3-4, which is another gatekeeper.
Yes,
and butter building is actually kind of strange because it's the kind of level where the first, third, and fifth stages are very, very easy, very, very short.
So I believe we're actually going to get a demonstration of a strat we don't often see anymore. It used to be the fast strat, but now it's been replaced by pure high jump. But Halo is going to drop high jump instead. Ooh.
That was really
and
risky.
Then pick it back up, and then he's going to continue with pure high jump.
Yeah. The pure high jump strat is quite a bit faster. I'd probably estimate that it saves 2 seconds. Optimally. Darksol having a bit of trouble here.
Oh my gosh, I just noticed that because at the start of the race, the colors were so dark.
Oh, I see.
Halo has been having some issues with his capture card. He's really been wanting to get S-Video on his Game Boy player to work on, but it hasn't. But let's talk about that. Some version differences. Halo is playing on Game Boy player, probably one of the most common ways to play this game now.
And I believe Darksol is playing on
Wii U VC.
Wii U VC, yeah.
And overall, Game Boy player will load the fastest out of, and just barely behind, just barely ahead of DS.
Yeah.
Wii U VC will overall load slower, however, the boss explosion on the main boss of a stage, gets eaten by that frog.
On main boss of any stage, and actually any mini-boss. It's a little bit faster on mini-bosses as well.
I did not know that. Today I learned. Because the boss explosion is like, it goes instead of.
Yep. It's quite a bit faster.
Yeah, so overall it kind of evens out, so the version differences are not very large in this game, unlike some other Kirby games where Wii U VC saves minutes.
Yeah.
1 sec.
Darksol not going for the triple high jump outside of 3-6 there. Slight optimization. Unfortunately, bonking on the ceiling there is definitely one of the worst feelings because you're probably going to get hit if you do that. I didn't see if Halodude guessed at all.
I didn't see either.
It seems that Moon was. It seemed
thing
that
just
Moon
cut out.
Correct. Darksol getting another 6 on the goal game.
Oh, what in the world?
Alright, Darksol guessing Sun.
I am having issues with my RTMP stream right now.
Oh wow.
It is not showing at all. Even though I selected it to allow flash. It's just showing up as a dark screen for me right now.
Oh.
Yay, I have video again.
Very
so Halodude is using the high jump strat.
Alright. Getting okay. 4-1 wheel. This is hot. This is
So this is a very new strat that I don't think Halo had previously shown off in his run a couple days ago when he was de-rusting the game. And this is a sort of little more minor routing difference, but it's a fairly easy one if you get the correct RNG. However, a bonk there is going to take away a little bit of time.
Wow.
He
normally
decides to...
He's able to... Normally you'd be able to hit that Poppy Row if you bonk there. I'm wondering if that's actually a sub-pixel related thing.
Yeah, but Halo wants to try and keep wheels at this, even though usually it's faster just to take a hit from the Poppy and not wait to try and get it out of your way. But here's a place...
Probably an up input there.
Yeah, Halo does play using the infamous GameCube controller, which is kind of known for it. There's a lot of controllers that do that.
Doesn't
Wii
move
U
enough to
VC, the Wii U
not
gamepad
move enough
is
to
like
left.
infamous for that too. Maybe even worse than the GameCube controller. I'd say it probably is.
Yeah,
I haven't used the GameCube controller in forever.
It depends on if he's using D-pad, which I hope to God he isn't.
Oh, he plays on D-pad.
Oh boy. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if that's the case then.
MK
top
Cocoon is
pad.
one of the only runners that will play using stick generally. Now what we're gonna see,
really nice poppy fight from Dark Soul. Very impressive.
yeah. So you saw how Halo did the top path. We're gonna see him use high jump here, and what we're gonna see from Dark Soul, I believe Dark Soul has begun doing the middle path in RTAs.
And the middle path is actually quite a bit faster. Probably.
I was the second person to do it in RTAs, and I'm like, damn, why don't more people do this? Halo taking a hit, meaning that his high jump time save basically was just for nothing. Oof.
Very nice movement from Dark Soul. Very, very nice.
Yeah. Middle path is a strat I'd very well support, because I think it's easier and it's faster.
Doesn't go for wheel. Probably a good choice, honestly.
Halo, I believe, never.
Did he ever go for?
No.
Dark Soul getting the Madman strat.
What Madman strat?
Oh, the high jump thing. That's what Halodude used to call it, I believe. Was the Madman strat.
Yeah, because you get hit if you miss it, and then you lose time.
Uh-huh.
And then I was like getting it consistently, but I was losing time to Spark because my movement was so bad. And like once my movement with high jump got good, I would lose it every time.
So here's the first Fan gets killed by Spark, and then you want to throw.
This Fan here is like pretty easy, but we're gonna be seeing Fan again in an infamous level known as 7-2, and it's gonna be good.
Yeah. So Halodude moving on to 4-5, which is for some reason an infamously hated level among a lot of people in the Nightmare and Dreamland community. I would assume probably because of the last two rooms.
Hot take, honestly, it's because Hot Take is the second best level in the.
It's like middle ground for me. So interesting thing regarding
it used to be my all-time favorite.
When you use throw, it acts like a double star, or multi-star, double star, something to that degree. Where no matter what, if it hits an enemy, it will keep going, and it will not dissipate.
So Halo did the right-sided strat on that arena. We may see Dark Soul go for left side, but I'm not entirely sure if she learned it. I'm one of the very few people who does that in RTAs, but it's very easy, and it saves a very small amount of time, so I totally recommend going for it. I think that the beginner tutorial should show that strat, but the beginner tutorial wasn't made when that strat was. So Dark Soul kind of forced to do left side because...
Yeah, kind of strange movement from the spearman.
Yeah, and she had to take care of it in some way, which resulted in her getting hit.
Yeah.
Okay, Halo fighting TikTok, who can give him
hit
the super slide, as you see right there.
The slide into DM's pattern. We might be seeing a soft reset unless he gets hit again.
Or he might just go for the pep brew in the very last room.
Yeah. Oh my goodness! He gets on the knob and it's an accidental jump.
That's a very quick death, however. So it's gonna cost him very little time.
Minimal time loss.
But Dark Soul can gain some time on him as a result. Now Dark Soul fighting TikTok.
Very nice. Good
that was crazy.
That was very clean.
Alright, so here we see high jump as we climb up to Krakow. This here is very fast movement, so don't blink. It's very fun to watch. It's very fun to do as well.
Yeah. As long as you memorize where the platforms are, you shouldn't have any fear of falling. Krakow spawning on the left side. You can actually choose where Krako spawns, depending on where
He
you
spawns
are.
on the opposite side that you are on. Ooh, Halo takes a hit at the very end. However, takes care of him fairly quickly after that. So Dark Soul had actually gotten high jump 4-6, which is just barely faster. However, many people don't do it because of accidental up inputs, which happens surprisingly a lot off of
It
ladders.
happens quite often off of ladders. Not something I would have expected out of this game.
Yeah, and I rarely get up inputs because I play on a Super Nintendo controller.
I'm actually curious as to if those up inputs are what cause the fact that doors on top of ladders are so difficult to enter.
What? Doors on top of ladders aren't difficult to enter?
They can be.
Yeah, you're right, because sometimes you just get sent entirely above the door.
Uh-huh.
That's just because you bounce up when you get off a ladder. And then you gotta pray for subpixels.
Darksol dropping high jump.
Halodude going into 5-2. This game, strats are constantly being found in this game. World 4s and 5 is like one of the places where this has been happening the most lately, which is why they are both my favorite worlds currently. Now, one strat, I don't think we're gonna see Halo go for it, but there's a new strat against the boss Bonkers. Now, Halo doesn't go for Boss Ball, which is also a fairly new strat. However, it's fairly inconsistent.
Yeah, it's a little inconsistent.
There's a strat that you can use ball to build up speed to climb up that area faster, but I'm very convinced that it is not faster.
So tell us, what is the 7?
Yeah, he goes for the regular strat here. Ooh, that clean slide right after that fight was very impressive.
What is the bonkers setup with the new strat?
You do the same as the old usual setup, but you unball in the middle of after the first jump and then ball again. And he just dies, and you're not moving, so you can enter the door very quickly. It's a very fast and very consistent strat. Unless if he gives you bad RNG where he jumps early. In which you just have to do the old strat, so it's like a fairly easy time loss. Ooh, Dark Soul going for the 7-2 strat there. Which is much less consistent. I used to do it before I learned the new strat I was talking about, because I found it more consistent. And it's apparently faster, but the new strat's even faster. There's so many strats here, and we're going to see another strat coming up from Halo here called Shasta Turning, or Shast Turns for short.
Oh, very nice. Very clean.
He took a little puff, but he didn't end up getting hit at the end, which is usually the very hard part. It's a lot harder than it looks, because Wheel is very wonky in this game.
Dark Soul making every Tasser cry by getting almost every lag frame you could off of hitting those enemies with high jump. Slightly faster to avoid hitting enemies throughout this game, actually, because you freeze in place for a very small fraction of time. It doesn't lose as much time
as Katam.
That is true.
Very impressive first room from Halo. This arena here is...
Oh, no!
Oh, he does the old strat! And Dark Soul takes a death!
Dark Soul takes a death. I would assume, not unwheeling early enough.
Oh, for the wheel jump. So Halo said he wanted to see some ball swag earlier in the race yesterday. So let's see if we see it from him. Yep, that's exactly what we're going to see. That's very good. This movement here is very precise, and if you mess it up, you're dead. Ooh, he goes for the double and almost gets hit. He kind of fails the rocks ball strat there a little bit. And he doesn't try to avoid lag frames here. That's the thing I learned how to do recently, but I don't like it that much. And I'm very convinced it saves no time, just because you lose time from having to reposition yourself, honestly. Now, 5-4 is my favorite game, and 5-5 is another one of my favorite levels due to very recent strats being developed here. He jumps through that cannon, not too new.
Messing up some of that
Jooch ball.
And that, let's go. Very nice.
And Marsh Ball 2. Ooh, that was beautiful.
That was really gorgeous. Nicely done.
Ball horizontal movement barely saves time over running, but it is noticeable when you start balling for a long amount of time. And also, it looks dope as hell.
Good backup right there. Went for something that Cocoon goes for, as well as myself, but it's not the most consistent thing in the world, but he definitely backed it up very well.
I believe Marsh and Shasta also go for those two, unless if Shasta's blocked.
Yeah.
However, Marsh, you can't put it to him. He goes for everything.
He is our resident taster, after all. I've always wondered if burning right there is a little faster, even though you have to turn around.
I don't think so. But now this movement here is pretty precise, and it looks cool when you get it. Very well done by Halo. Dark Souls going to Fire Lion.
Dark Souls,
which we didn't talk about the sheer power of Ball. Not only it being a kind of good, but really incredibly hard to control movement ability.
Yeah.
It's an insane killing ability. Look at that.
Yep.
She ran straight into him, took damage, and that still did over half of Fire Lion's health.
The most
Fire
hits
Lion
it
is
takes
another
to
boss
kill...
we're going to be seeing again in 7-2.
I believe the most hits it takes to kill a boss with Ball is 6 or 7 hits.
Oh, main boss, I guess.
Main boss.
So we didn't talk about the mix, so you may have noticed Halo swallowed 2 wheelies, but got hammer. How does that work? Well, you see, you get a mix roulette that pops up every time you inhale 2 enemies. And it just so happens that the very next power will be hammer, so you can just hold down the button and you'll get hammer.
Darksol using burning in 5-6. I'm not sure what the deal is there.
She gonna get... Oh no! So she's stuck with burning here. I've never seen anyone just keep burning, because most people will just get hit with wheel because they don't quite understand that strat, as I didn't for a very long time. That strat is very tricky.
Yeah, quite. Almost getting hit by that Waddle Dee. Burning's kind of risky because the iframes don't last as long as they once did in Kirby's Adventure.
Ooh, very interesting burn string Halo goes for. I've never actually seen.
It's risky because of the frog.
Yeah, just about everyone except for the beginner strat, which I still go for. World record, I believe, still goes for the beginner strat.
The beginner strat doesn't lose much time to that strat, anyways.
It loses very little time. And some people who go for harder strats, I rarely see them get it without losing burning, which is a fairly sizable time loss. It's like a second or two or something, I don't know.
You lose more because you wouldn't have it for 6-2.
Or you mean 6-3, because
dude,
Halo goes for Tornado.
I was wondering because
he doesn't keep it, he's doing a wheel. Ming.
Very, very interesting.
So Dark Soul is still in 6-1, so the gap has just been overall widening, with a couple places where Dark Soul has been able to catch up, such as 4-6 where Halo had ended up taking a death. Now if Halo had died on TikTok though, we might be pretty even.
First try wheel for Halo, so you might make up some good time.
So depending on how well Bonkers goes, oh, this doesn't look good, because he's gonna...
Oh no, he's fine, he's going towards the middle.
Okay, good. Because if Bonkers goes in the corner, you're screwed. Like, there's literally no other way to say that nicely. Really.
You can't deal with it.
Because wheel is vulnerable while you are turning around, and it's actually a very large window where you're turning around. So it's actually better to unwheel and use the tech called a wheel cancel if the boss is like just leaving the corner exposed. But if the boss is covering the corner, you have to take the time loss, and it's huge.
The Scarfy in 6-4 right there, that's really close to the edge.
Now Halo has the opportunity to save up to like almost 10 seconds in World 6 using the wheel strats here.
This could be where the gap really gets big.
Yeah, and now that Cobra had PB, every single top does now over Tornado.
Doesn't go for the doesn't go for any sort of
Shasta does it, Halo does it, MK does it. Halo was one of the very first people to make this strat a reality, because back in like 2016 or something, when the strat was like first theorized, we're like, yeah, there's no way this is gonna work. But we made it work, and we were able to save nearly 10 whole seconds by doing it. Now Dark Soul, of course, using Tornado, the Bonkers fight becomes far more consistent.
It's a lot easier to deal with too. Now, Tornado not being nearly as broken as it is in Kirby's Adventure is still quite a good ability. Opting to grab the Max Tomato, honestly not a bad idea. Safety first.
Oh shoot. Now, this here is one of the biggest time saves of Wheel. That room that Halo just went through.
Yeah.
That time save with Wheel
It
is
seems like
huge.
it was practically made for Wheel.
Yeah, you just do nothing. Like, Tornado there is pretty brain dead, but Wheel is even more brain dead.
Okay,
now, here's the
Halo
other,
coming
here's
up on
the other hard
worst.
about Wheel. This
Probably the
room
worst room in
is
the game.
horribly luck-based, and as he
Oh,
sees,
no.
he immediately Wheel, and it's gone.
Oh,
However,
he
this
needs
is
to
the
get
last
lucky
room he
here.
needs Wheel,
Alright.
and he takes Tornado instead, which is good. You
Almost
basically
didn't get
need
a
an
UFO
ability
out of
going
that.
into this room in case if only one of the Frosties shoots one. Both of the Frosties shoot some. However, that will not happen every time, and you cannot rely on that.
However, it's a rare case where neither of them will spit out ice.
That's even more rare than
That's
both of
very,
them.
very, very rare.
And it happened to me twice in a row one time. It was great. I lost 2 PBs to it.
Oh, that sucks. Halo going for a pretty basic strat. I don't think there's anything like... Wow.
That was
Accidentally sucking
interesting
in the guy
at
on the
end.
top right there. Might have been a little bit.
That
too...
was a very, very, very...
Oh no. Okay, Darksol
What?
grabs Tornado again.
For a sec, I thought you scared me that Halo soft reset. Oh! Going right through that Poppy. Now, Metadite. RNG hell. There's a lot of luck in this game, in case you haven't noticed. And there's gonna be even more luck
An
later in this
accidental
game.
up input. Oh my goodness.
Now Halo grabs the one, and now we move on to World 7. I think before Wheel, World 7 was the worst world. It's the very last one. It has the horribly luck-based boss tower that is 7-2. And there isn't much else to say about it other than
So Darksol
super
is now in the
difficult
UFO.
levels after that, and along with some even more luck and
Whoa, Darksol.
So you cannot respawn UFOs when they despawn.
Okay, we got.
Wait, why is Halo using Spark? Why is Halo using Spark? Excuse me, sir. Why is Halo using Spark? This is a 2013 strat right here.
I think Cobra also went for it in his.
Yeah, it was
in
like the
his-
most surprising thing ever. Now we got another mix
850.
here. It's another first framer. This we get Ball, and Ball, as you saw in 5.5, is insanely strong.
Yeah, we're gonna be seeing this showcased in 7-2.
Wow, Halo goes for 1 bounce at the end. That was pretty weak Ball swag, if you ask me.
Yeah.
Now we have Boss Tower, also Dark Soul doing 6-6. Wow, slides off the spear. First off, we got Bonkers. Halo does the standard strat, doesn't get hit, despite some
And now
kind of
we have to
strange
pray
thing
for a
you
little bit of good fan luck.
Oh,
Oh boy.
2 jumps.
Get on
That's
the way
bad.
down. Yeah, that's not good luck.
He
at
had
all.
only 1 health left though, so he was able to hit him straight away
Yeah.
without having to risk
Okay.
getting grabbed. Bugsy gives good luck. Oh,
Good
but
luck,
he
but he
misses
doesn't-
a hit,
he
but
misses the
he
hit, but-
spaces it very well and doesn't get command
Yeah.
grabbed. Now we have Firelion. Firelion's a little bit easier, but you can get hit, snipes out of your control, but this time
Wow,
he didn't, so
good
that's
7
pretty cool. And that was a really good
That was
Firelion
a-
grab.
That was a good 7-2. Very, very
That
nice.
was the kind of bad 7-2 because Fan
Well-
was absolutely nuts.
It
But hey,
wasn't
that was
too
a kind
awful.
of good. That was a really good 7-2.
It wasn't a forward throw or anything, thank goodness. So we're going to be seeing Darksol go for the more modern and confirmed faster strategy here, which is using Sword through this Star Block room.
It's been known
Opting
to
to
be
grab
faster
the-
for like so many. I don't know. I think Halo might have just lost Sword, which is why he just did that. Now, pretty standard strat to get through this room. If you don't follow this exact path, then it's kind of hell to get through.
Yeah, vertical ice room is definitely a difficult room to deal with. But overall, I think
Darksol is
7-3
also opting
is...
to just float over the stage. Doesn't even do a single ball bounce.
better safe than sorry.
Yeah, now Halo's going into one of the most enemy spammy rooms in the entire game, and that's the first room of 7-4. This
Let's
room,
see if
oh
we-
my gosh, if you don't know how to do
Alright,
this.
we need some bless RNGs
Ugh.
for Darksol as well. Getting a second hit on bunkers right before bouncing, which actually provides a little safety net. Very nice. A roll from
Fan rolls, so better luck than last time. Ooh, but doesn't space it very well.
Yeah. Oh, but
But
another
he
roll.
rolls again, so
Yeah,
very
that
good.
was good timing of the
Halo
ball
loses
from,
burning, but it's not important to keep burning throughout this, so that's fine.
Oh,
Bugsy, oh boy. Bugsy takes a jump and then charges forward.
Okay.
Not the worst pattern you can get, but
Yeah.
not.
He saw Darksol.
He gets backdrop.
That's unfortunate.
Two off of the meme he was going for, which is
Which is
UFO mix. Which is a big meme, and you should never go for it in RTAs or races, honestly.
Well, I half disagree with that.
Yeah, I guess.
It's a half disagree because
It's very hard, but what you can do is basically send a
you can skip this
and
entire
skip this entire stage
skip this entire portion. The only thing that makes it kind of an issue is that you have to rely on luck on the next level.
Yes, because Halo will be killing Grand Wheelie using Spark. If you do not, you have to kill it with Crash, meaning you have to wait for him to give you a star. Unlike some other bosses, Wheelie's code does not require it to shoot an attack out after a certain period of time or
That was
attacks. So he can just do whatever he wants.
Here.
I've seen people go minutes waiting for a wheel if they've like lost Spark.
I believe
and it's an absolutely hellish thing to go through.
I believe Shasta actually holds a quote record end quote for the most times Grand Wheelie hasn't given him anything.
Wow.
I believe it's 17. 17. Also,
17 seconds? Oh, he's got
17 full attacks that weren't giving a wheel.
Oh, ooh, that's like a minute there. Ooh. Darksol picks up Tornado, probably because she wasn't too sure what to do in this situation, where she lost burning easily. That's one of the reasons why that room is so tough.
Halo having wheel for 7-6, which is really fast.
Oh, hey, look, it's KDL1. It's greens. What else is there? Some RNG actually in this next room coming up here. Yeah, you thought you guys were done with the RNG? Nope. Because we got this guy right here, this Kabu at the bottom. He's not moving. And he takes a hit as
Halo does not care about any Kabu.
Yeah, and what he did was nice, where he had turned away from the direction he wanted to go to, so that way his star would go in that direction.
Very nice
very good
movement
play.
in the bubbly clouds portion. Very good.
Yeah, and now we're gonna see another mix here. This here is the second ability, so it needs to be timed. And he gets ball, which is what we're gonna be using to kill King DDD. And hey, you wanna know what King DDD means? Even more RNG! Hooray!
Fortunately.
But hey, RNG can be fun sometimes.
Let's just hope he doesn't do an insta-dive. Doesn't do an insta-dive? What is this?
That's the MK strat, and that was a very well done.
That was
However,
good.
he didn't quite get the luck he wanted.
Mm-hmm.
That was a very fast DDD here.
Interesting little fact about that fight. If
Darksol going through Wintel and makes it through. That is like the last big, real. That's the last hard. That's the last like roadblock of the run for like newer or mid-level players. Because the stress in that room, if you bonk at all, even if it's like the smallest bonk ever, you are so stressed. So Halo is looking like he's going to get a 40, which is very good. And I think Darksol might actually be on PB pace. Alright, so this here is Nightmare Wizard. And Nightmare Wizard is very easy. It's a very disappointing ending to the game, honestly. At least, it's not quite as disappointing in Kirby Adventure, because there's difficulty in that fight. Dark Soul kind of struggling through the Cloud Route, but yes, Nightmare will do the same thing every time. This order of his attacks are always set, and that will basically allow them to do the same thing. However, Nightmare positioning can sometimes be random, can lose a tiny amount of time depending on his positions, or you can even get hit, or you can miss a hit.
He's a good bit harder.
It's also worth noting that the orb is a lot harder in Kirby's Adventure, which is fairly easy in this game. When you know, since orb also does the exact same thing every time. Halo finishing with a 40-24.
With a 40-23, split a little bit late.
40-23 PogChamp.
Good race time.
Yeah. Now Dark Soul, DD is basically her last roadblock here, and she gets good luck.
Gets the suck. Gets the
so
suck.
this but then
yeah.
But then takes care of the last hit. So very well done.
So Dark Soul looking to be on
PB pace. Yes.
Yeah, looking like mid 42-ish. Not bad.
Low 42 to me, because orb is around 1 minute and 40 seconds on average at top level.
Yeah, Halo has a race very, very soon, actually.
He has literally another race coming. And it was actually like 5 minutes ago. Meaning that hang on, what was I saying? I just paused for like 30 seconds because the game audio changed, and I'm just like, wait, what was I saying? Yeah, but Halo has a race with the Reeler.
Very, very soon here.
Yeah.
I believe that's going to be on SG2.
Yeah. SG2 just finished with their Super Metroid race.
Good timing.
Yeah. And now we're just gonna see Dark Soul finish up here.
Ooh, good shot.
However, I don't believe this is actually a PB, because this is actually a... I kind of like...
Whoa, nice shot!
Wow!
That was very
almost
early.
Gets hit there.
Yeah. This is gonna be really close. Oh no! That'll do it! That'll do it! Missing
it didn't look
right
like
there
she was on
cost
pace
it.
to PB, but ooh. If she was, that would have, yeah, it didn't look like she was quite on pace.
She would have either... It would have been maybe a 1 second PB, or maybe a fraction of a second of a PB.
Yeah, real shame that had to happen at the end, because nerves do exist, and they can be hell sometimes. Now, that's basically it for today. I don't think we have time for it. Me and Quill have to move on to
SpeedGaming
Halo's
2.
next race, which is going to be on SpeedGaming 2, so look forward to that.
Right now, actually.
Yeah.
Very, very, very soon, so we'll see you over there.
Oh.
Follow
You never signed up for a commentary. You gotta do that.
Well, yeah, it'll be there in a second. So, yeah, follow the runners, follow the commentators if you so choose, and we will see you on SG2.